the performance of the team today was fantastic, and I think today every single player enjoyed really well the game, because I think we do the right thing in the right time, and I think it pay off.
And the quadruple is still on?
Well, we'll see. We have a lot of game to go. We will try to do our best. I think it's a dream for sure, and we'll go for it. We'll fight for it.
Well, enjoy tonight, Sadio. Congratulations.
Yeah, what a fabulous player he is, and he likes playing against Manchester City. As Steve said in commentary, 10 goals against the Manchester club. Great effort from him. We'll see his goals shortly, but let's tell the story of the second half, when it got, kind of exciting towards the end. All caused, of course, by the first goal, which they really needed just after half-time to give them even a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, they had to score an early goal. They did that, but it was the way they sort of won the ball back. We didn't really see that in the first half from Man City. It's obviously what Pep has said to them at half-time, and Shawnee wasn't happy, and rightly so. But they're on the front foot. They win the ball. That's a really clever ball in behind for Jesus, and he does really well in setting up Jack Grealish. It's a really clever finish, that is, with his left foot. Superb the way he slices across it.
Well, we talked about Grealish before, and he wanted to make an impact in the game. Season so far, he's not been up to scratch, but he gets in a really good position, and the technique, like Alan says there, Jesus does very well. But this is what we want to see from Grealish. More goals and more assists, Danny.
Yeah, especially I think in those central areas, you've got to be productive. We see Kevin De Bruyne play that role so often, scoring and making goals. But I think what was fascinating, and we'll see as we go on with Jesus, he kept getting himself in these channels and getting in some really dangerous areas, but doesn't quite have that clinicalness that you need from a top player to get in those,
Well, let's have a look at those two chances they had, because if he'd have taken one of them, it would have really put the pressure on Liverpool. They've had to survive half an hour rather than 5 minutes.
Exactly that. With Jesus, he always runs in behind. That's why he's in the team. He works so well, so hard. But if you just look at, speak to Alan here or Danny with his technique, do you think he just waited a bit too long?
I think he's waiting to get brought down rather than going across Van Dijk. Gary Allen and I were talking about it. He's got to go across, try and score, and if he gets brought down, but this is the best one.
I think he should go round the keeper there. Just drag it to the left. It's so easy.
That is a very, very good save. I know he should score, there's no doubt about it. You've got to give the goalkeeper... We spoke about the high line at Liverpool, and the reason why they trust that high line is because if they get through it, they've got a top-class goalkeeper to beat. The number of times we've spoken about that high, it's risky, and the chances that teams have created, yes, they have done that, but they've had to face him, and he is a top-class goalkeeper. They do it because of him, and also because of VAR. They know that VAR will give the very, very tight decisions offside, but he's a world-class goalkeeper. A number of saves that he makes, top saves like that, keep Liverpool in the game.
You think that's why probably Manchester City are looking to the likes of Haaland to bring in? He's prolific goal scorer. Is what they need.
I think the problem
they're not bad anyway.
When City lose, everyone says, they need a striker. Yeah. I agree with Alan in terms of throwing that in the mix for a plan B. Man City are so good because of the midfielders running into spaces, creating spaces for others. So
everyone says Manchester City need a striker, but it seemed they went for Harry Kane last season, and they're going to go for Haaland this season. So it seems the club and Pep think the same thing.
It's just for difference. So, you've got Alan here who will talk more about the strikers, but just for changing it up a little bit. Sometimes you know what Man City are going to do with a striker. You can have a difference in there and talk about being clinical. If that's Harry Kane or Haaland going through, no disrespect, I think that's
I just think when you get to this stage of the season and you're playing in such important matches, those little chances make all the difference, and the world-class strikers take them, and that's why he wanted Harry Kane, and that's why he wants Haaland, and we'll probably get him.
We did have 4 or 5 minutes of real excitement at the end, and it was gripping the chances they had because of this Bernardo Silva tap-in that after Mahrez came on and made a bit of a difference.
He did, but Alan alluded to it earlier. We were baffled as to the lack of substitutions, and when Mahrez come on, we know what a wonderful player he is and how many goals he scored this season and created.
Do you think there's a degree of stubbornness in that? Or
I'm struggling, Gary, to find the logic behind it, because he's got a wonderful bench every time he puts the squad out. He is the one manager who's probably complained more than any other about the lack of substitutions, the 5 substitutions rule. And he's used less than most in the Premier League, and the quality he's got is there for all to see on the bench. So why not change it with 15, 20? You know, we've all. Well, sorry, Gary, you probably didn't have subs in your day, but when
we had fewer subs.
When I've come off the bench, you know, you can't do anything in 6, 7 minutes. I mean, it's ridiculous, really.
Yeah,
it was tough.
In my day, we never used to play for 95, 96 minutes either, but like they do now. So I don't think we did. We might have done.
But it could have been different.
But they had chances, didn't they? They had chances, edge of your seat stuff in here.
Agonising. And they just kept coming and coming. And this is Fernandinho. You just think, has it missed? Connected with it, but it takes a little deflection. It was a brilliant goal. And this is Mahrez. This side, I know it's a difficult chance, but with his technique, expect him to maybe hit the time. But this is the one.
It's still not
Sterling.
Still not easy.
I remember him scored a goal a couple of seasons where he took it and he just went...
Corner, last
top
minute.
corner.
Yeah.
I thought, was this going to be
Doesn't quite get it out of his feet. I thought the Mahrez one, he could have looped it over.
Exactly that. It wasn't meant to be.
No, it wasn't. We can hear from Virgil van Dijk. He's with Kelly.
Virgil, congratulations. You're into the FA Cup final, but was that a little bit nervier than you'd have liked at the end?
Yeah, I think we made it very difficult for ourselves, I think, in the end. Created a chance as well to finish the game off, in my opinion. The game obviously was sort of played already in the first half, 3-0 up, you can't give that away. And obviously when they scored their first goal quite early in the second half, that gives them a boost. But overall, you know, we are very happy to go to the final.
Let's talk about that first half. It couldn't have gone much better from your point of view, could it?
Yeah, obviously we won 3-0. It's all about scoring goals in the end, of course, and that's what we did. So yeah, perfect first half in that case. But we play against City, you know, that's the champions of England at the moment, and they're always going to be tough, no matter who they line up. And you saw it as well today, I think. You know, there will be moments where you have to suffer, and you saw it.
And in that second half as well, the fact they got that early goal, how much spirit and determination did you have to show from then on in not to let them completely back into it?
Yeah, you have to show a lot of strength and togetherness, because it's tough. You know, it was warm, it was intense, like the previous game we played against each other. But I think, if I'm thinking back now, we should have killed the game off, in my opinion.
A word on Ibrahim Konate as well, because 3 goals now for him just in April alone. How impressive has he been?
Very. You know, he's made a great impact. He's working hard every day. Good mentality, a work rate, you know, incredible. And obviously he has to perform where he's obviously caught upon, and I think he's doing just that. And obviously he's still so young, and it's incredible how good he already is. So obviously everyone at Liverpool should appreciate what we got, and yeah, the future is bright.
And finally, very quickly, what can this do for the confidence of this team to beat City at Wembley here today for the rest of the season?
I don't know. You know, we go to the final now. We haven't won anything at the moment. But obviously, it's a big step for us as a group. I think it's the only trophy that we didn't win. So we'll give a go. And whether it is Chelsea or Crystal Palace, we'll see tomorrow, of course. It's going to be tough regardless, and well, we have to be ready for it. Then, now it's time to recover and be ready for a big game on Tuesday.
They keep coming. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, Virgil van Dijk gave Konate a lot of credit, and he's made a difference in the box as well at the other end.
Yeah,
scoring that first goal.
Threat. We've seen it in the past week or so. I mean, there's no one getting in his way there. They tried to block him, Jesus and Grealish. Just get off, get out of my way. No one's stopping him. He gets past the two of them, then he gets above Ake.
It's a great header.
It's a brilliant header. The way he guides it as well. But it's the desire and the aggression to get on the end of that ball, that's the impressive thing.
Yeah, the second goal was, well, it was extraordinary in many ways.
It epitomised the start from Mane in the Liverpool team in terms of on the front foot, nice and aware, good tenacity and getting after them. I know it's a mistake, but if you haven't got that desire to go and close him down, because as soon as Stones went to, he was already on his way, Mane. Yeah. And if you notice before, the Stones had to fizz it in because Mane was on his toes straight away and he couldn't play that one-touch goal.
Exactly that.
It's a howler.
The keeper. Thursday you come into a semi-final, just don't make a mistake. Even if you have to do something that the manager doesn't want to do, you've got to take that responsibility and just kick it away.
Mane, second goal, was...
Clever finish. Clever finish. And from a top-class player, full of confidence. The way he strikes it, the connection is superb. No other thought than hit that straight away. Comes to him quickly, cuts across it really.
To the pass out from Thiago.
But look,
stabbing it up. It's clever.
The way he guides it there, you know, across the foot to get that whip on the ball. It's a clever finish. Yeah, I do think the keeper should do better.
Yeah. And
very
there's Wembley Stadium. Beautiful day in London, and a great day if you're a Liverpool fan as well. This is what they've got left for history, for something that would live in the memory forever.
I'll tell you what they've got. The great advantage of being in so many competitions is that every player doesn't want to miss any of the big games coming up. So every time they go on the pitch, they've got an opportunity to show Klopp that they should be playing in the semi-final or the final or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Chance.
OK. I think we can hear from Jurgen Klopp, I'm hearing, so let's hope that's true. Here he is with Kelly.
Klopp, congratulations. Your first FA Cup semi-final, and now you're going to take your team to the FA Cup final. It may have been nervy at the end, but how proud are you of that performance overall?
Oh, absolutely proud. It's an incredible. I think the first half was one of the best we ever played. We did all the right stuff. We scored in the right moments. We played an incredible game in the first half, I have to say. I really loved each second of it. And yeah, second half started with a goal from Man City, and then it opens up. The quality of City is insane, and you could see that then. It was up to much more open game. Obviously, we had our situations. You see now, so now there's only a few pictures, and when Mika Richards is talking, and it's always Man City situations in the end. It's clear, but we had our counter attacks which we didn't use. We can close the game there, but of course, we respect the quality of City so much, and it's so difficult to win against them. But because it's these boys in my dressing room, we have a chance, and that's enough for me to give it a try.
How big a statement is this win against Manchester City?
That's not a statement, really. We are in the final. But I think City knew before that it will be difficult. It could be difficult against us. That's how it most of the time was. There was one game with a strange scoreline, 5-0 or so, when we had an early red card, more or less the other game, or when we were already champion. But when both teams were concentration-wise on top of the game, it was always close. Should be fine. But we don't use it as a statement. We just wanted to go to the final, and that's what happened.
Potentially 11 games still to go of this season. The quadruple is still on. This is exactly where you wanted to be, isn't it?
Look, the quadruple talks, I can't believe that. So with this game now, we have another game. Means we get Aston Villa someone in the midweek, probably. I don't know. But whichever game it will be, they have to move one game again. So I'm not sure if we have a full week before the last match day. So it's all difficult. But who cares tonight? We came here. We wanted to go to final. We knew about the problems. But the quadruple is qualifying for this kind of final makes it even more difficult. It's the only way to do it, but it makes it more difficult as well. So it's a strange situation. But all good. We are over the moon. We beat the strongest football team, the best football team in the world, and that's a pretty special moment.
Congratulations, Jurgen. Try and enjoy it.
Thank you very much. I do.
I think that was a long, convoluted way of saying we'll take each game as it comes, don't you? But it would be remarkable. These two teams they turn up week in, week out and give us great performances and great entertainment, don't they? Yeah,
in two different ways. The level of consistency and quality that we see is phenomenal. But it's just a great spectacle to watch these two teams, isn't it?
I'm afraid, chaps, we've run out of form. But Danny, Micah, Alan, thank you very much indeed. That is indeed it from us. Liverpool are still on for the quadruple. Jeepers, keepers.